Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking about the Off White Jordan 1s, probably even a bit about the Off White Nike collaboration in general, and just, you know, realistically, is it worth it? That's what it stems down to. Is the shoe worth it? Worth it in terms of retail and resale? We're going to look into both. You know, a lot of people spend thousands, pounds, dollars, whatever on these shoes, and I'm lucky enough to actually get a pair for retail. So I think it's good to kind of look at it from that perspective of not paying £1,000, paying a smaller price, and thinking to myself, you know, I've got the shoe in hand, didn't pay that much for it, but would I actually go out my way to spend £1,000? And like, what would be my opinion if I did that? Let's get into the video. Quickly flex the merch, which took like 5 months to come, Travis. 5. No, it actually didn't take that long. I think it was like 3 months. I say not long. I ordered it before my birthday, had my birthday, was on holiday, loads of crazy shit happened. I came back and it still wasn't here. But no, these are dope, man. Like, got a little back print, even though you can see it. Back print, wild print. Probably this is good to talk about because this is even like Gildan probably. And I think I paid like $60 for this. Damn. So straight away, let's go on with the kicks. This is the UNC Jordan. I don't have to tell you, you know this, but anyway, this is the UNC Off White Jordan 1. First opinions when I got the shoe was so gassed. I actually won this on a raffle, so I was buzzing. Went to pick up the shoe. The line was crazy. A lot of people were winning, which kind of made me think there's quite a few pairs out. I actually don't know how many pairs out. I didn't really look. I know it's nowhere near as exclusive as the European exclusive whites, I think it is. I have no idea what they're actually called, but they were pretty dope. I think I prefer the UNCs personally. For me, Chicago's first, UNCs and the triple whites. But yeah, for me, picking these up, insanely gassed, getting them home and just checking them. Man, this is my first like off-white. I think it's my first ever off-white pickup as well, to be fair. And just looking at them was mad. The way, you know, they deconstructed the shoe is incredible. Like the 10 collection by Nike is like the most innovative thing they've done ever. Realistic, like for me anyway. Maybe not so much with the mag and everything, but you know, from my time being the sneakerhead, probably the most interesting thing they've done was the 10 collection. One of the main things that I really do like about the Off-White Jordans is the attention to detail. The fact that they've printed the insides, right? So inside the flaps, you've got 85 on this side, 85 on both sides. What a donut. So you do have 85 on both sides. It's like a detail that most people won't really see. Or I know when you wear them, they do quite like flap out if you don't tie it in. The tick is unreal. So in terms of the tick, obviously it's just not stitched, but the fact that it's completely loose, like you can just put your finger through that. That sounds crazy. Sounds wild. Stitch in here, and that slight bit of stitch in there as well, just to kind of hold it in place. It is sick, man. I really fuck with these a lot. Something as well that I do like is the straight change on the back. It is really bright, isn't it? I'm gonna have to sort this out. Is the straight change on the back. So coming from that white leather to that grey suede, I do really like it. It's not clean at all. It's so messy, but I think, well, it's clean but messy, right? If that makes sense. It is just completely, you know, what they're going for, the whole deconstructed sort of vibe, and it works insanely well. One detail as well that I really like is the fact that they're basically, I imagine they probably like ran the embroidery machine, the stitching machine, sorry, I keep saying embroidery, but just without thread. So you've got the holes coming through making the Nike tick, and that continues on the wings. I think we're calling them wings. On the wings and the suede and the leather as well. One thing that I always notice when I do get any other sort of Jordan 1, or to be honest, any Jordan recently, they've been terrible. Kind of stopped buying Jordans. The last pair I probably bought was, that would have been these actually, which aren't that bad, but other than these, it was the Travis Scott 4s, and that is the worst pair of shoes I've ever received in terms of quality. Just like quality control is non-existent on that shoe at all. The air print is just really nice to see screen print being used on shoes. If it is screen print, I'm not actually sure what it is. It's probably screen print, but you never know. But just seeing it on there is really nice. I kind of wish they kept the same leather as they did on the Origin stories. This is probably the butteriest leather I've seen on a Jordan 1. Looks absolutely insane, feels beautiful. But then again, the issues they'd probably run into is screen printing on like tumbled leather. I'm not sure how that would work. But yeah, I just wish it was a bit softer. But it's really smooth, just not buttery. Of course, looking at the tag as well, there's just something so minute, but it's cool. Size difference. This is something that I never even heard about before picking these up. To be honest, I could just be like the only one feeling like this. I have like an incredibly wide foot. So for me, the difference between any other Jordan 1 to then the UNC, this fits so much tighter. I'm a UK 9 usually, US 10. And I picked up these in the same size UK 9. Every other Jordan 1 fits me perfectly, but these are insanely tight, and it's like to the point I tried it on without even lacing it up, and it's just so tight. I probably could break them in, but it'd be such a painful process. I would not want to do it. To be honest, I think it's because of the plastics on like the front. It might just give it less give to stretch. But yeah, it's definitely a lot tighter. To be honest, I'd say half a size to a full size up, if you've got a wide foot, that is anyway. And then when we talk about the sort of materials, the leather, it does feel really good on the UNCs, but it just feels realistically pretty normal. It's got quite a nice texture to it. Yeah, it's basically the same leather on your standard, but not the tumbled leather that you see on certain parts of the band one. So overall, kind of going to the question of are Off-White Jordan 1s, or even Off-White Jordans, Off-White Nikes in general. Obviously this video is more specific to the Jordan 1s. Going into, are they worth the money? You know, are they worth resale basically? In my opinion, no. Just because once again, this shoe isn't made to be £1,000 sneaker, $1,000, like whatever it is. Realistically, over £600, that's it. You know, it's not worth that value. It's not worth that money at all. Looking it into a retail shoe, is it worth $160? Definitely. Like, this is a crazy shoe. It's beautiful. It's just different, you know. And of course, like the hype beast in you, the hype beast in me, is even gonna like want the shoe more. It is a really, really cool thing to kind of own something from that collection that Virgil did. I think it's probably the most innovative thing Nike has done in, you know, the last however long. So it's really, really cool in that sense, you know, to kind of deconstruct these 10 shoes. But I don't think that really says, yes, these shoes should now be however much they are. They're not worth that much money. If you can get them for retail, obviously do it. I don't even have to tell you that. The Jordan 1s are crazy. Like, I enjoy even just looking at them. Like, it is literally an art piece on a pair of kicks. Sweet. But when it comes to, you know, resale, obviously you as a person will see it differently depending on your income, your outcome. There's so many things to kind of look at. Yes, if you can afford them, obviously it doesn't really matter, just buy them and shut up. But if it's something that you're looking at saving for, I genuinely think you will probably be a bit bummed out. If I was to save up for these, spend however much money, like, you know, I'm spending so much time saving, I spend all that money on this shoe, it's not fucking worth it. Like, no. Retail, great, do it, but resale, it's a no from me. Leave your opinions in the comments below. They're always appreciated. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. You know, even stories. Have you paid resale? What did your pair come through? Like, did you have factory defects? I think that's always there, right? You know, when you pay £1,000 or whatever, when you pay resale, you're not going to get a luxury product. You're going to get the same product that someone paid £160 for, right? So you're bound to have defects as well. But it'd be cool to kind of hear some stories about people paying resale and getting a shoe with a factory defect, you know, like a normal defect, and just, you know, how they dealt with that. So if you've got one of those stories, please leave them down. That'd be awesome to hear. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make some more content, especially around sneakers, fashion in general. I don't feel like there's enough UK men's fashion-based channels out there. You know, I've said that, and if I went looking, I'd probably find loads, but there's none that really come to mind. So let's try and create some, and subscribe if you want to see some more content. Peace.